Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Race 3 of the Core League here on MDK Season 2 edition of the race season, as we're live from the Homestead-Miami Speedway to get ready for the Tazmanian Devil 200 from the Homestead-Miami Speedway. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the broadcast. It's going to be a bit different. As you can see, we're doing this live. This is not pre-recorded, nothing like that. The reason for this is because we've had literally zero time. We've had zero time to me and Workman had zero time to get anything prepared due to him and his school. So, Cody, explain what the week that you had for the people.
For anyone out there who is in ministry class or is majoring in Christian ministries, you will soon have to write a 15-page exegetical paper that will involve several, and may I say a plethora of Bible commentaries that include 1,000 pages and read through everything. So, yay! No, it's not. So I needed to get a little festive here. I had to get in the spirit. We're in South Florida. I don't care if it's the virtual South Florida. It's been a stressful finals week. I need to get away, so I'm all in the spirit.
Yeah, hey, you look good. You look good. I will say
Thank
that.
You. I'm surprised you didn't catch it on.
All right, so I'm going to be looking down at my screen a lot, just to let you guys know, because I am going to be just reading off of what's seen on my screen. So let's take a look. Race standings. Let's see if I can pull this up real quick. All right, so Michael Costi Jr., who won last weekend at Richmond, he is the points leader, 40 points ahead, gained one spot above on Brian Pasternak, who gains 4 spots but still 10 points behind. Ed Soundhead in 3rd place, 12 points behind. Cody Higgin, the Daytona 250 winner, in 4th, lost 3 spots and minus 14 as well as the 25 car Darren Gilliam. Number 6 is Dale Reynolds, gained 6 positions, but still 16 points behind. Davin Cornelius, the rookie out of Canada, is in 7th place, 17 points behind. 8th place is Jarrett Lundberg with 22 points behind. 9th is Brendan Littell, 24 points behind. Joseph Lombard stays in 10th place, 25 points behind. Rusty Wallace loses 2 spots in 11th place, 26 points behind. Ryan Labonte in 12th loses 5 spots, 28 points behind. Will be participating in tonight's Tazmanian Devil 250. Now, let's take a look at the entry list for tonight's Tazmanian Devil 200. Now, originally, it was supposed to be Diego Alvarado, pretty sure I said that right, who was supposed to be making his core debut today. Unfortunately, it was announced earlier today that he will not be participating in this race today. So here's a look at the entry list. Ray Jacobs, Kamikaze Games. He's making his debut, though, tonight in the 06 car. Brian Pasternak in the Chevrolet. Ed Soundhead in the Ford. Joey Stone making his first official start in the core tonight in the 8 car. In the 12 car is Jonathan Ramos. The 22 is Brendan Littell. And the 25 is Darren Gilliam. Dale Reynolds in the 27. The 28 car, Cody Higgin. Jake Baskin in the 38 car. Michael Marutz in the 48 car. Rusty Wallace in the 59 car, who earlier today showed off a very cool retro Miami theme or Miami Vice theme on his car. And Jared Lundberg. All right, so Workman. So you got Joey Stone and Ray Jacobs making their first career starts today. How do you think those drivers will do here tonight at Homestead?
Well, interesting to watch Joey Stone tonight. Obviously, not just because he's one of the guys that you have to watch based off of speed, but you got to imagine, he's, and a lot of people think he was one of the favorites for this championship going into the season, and he's missed the first 2 races of the season. So he has a car, he has the speed, and he has the talent to race with those front runners and be a championship contender. But I want to see, how does he handle this 45-point deficit right now? Personally, I don't think he's in too much trouble right now, but I think, though, if he wants to start making a run at this championship, he may need a little bit of help from those guys like Brian Pasternak, Ed Soundhead, who for 2 weeks in a row have had great runs, great cars, great speed. Interesting to see how he handles his pressure.
All right, and what do you think about the '06 car, Ray Jacobs?
Kamikaze Games. I have actually not seen a whole lot of this guy race before, so this will be a new experience for me to see how he does. So, fortunately, I cannot provide a whole lot of analysis on Kamikaze,
Yeah.
uh, but I know he's a Truex fan, and Truex, he's one of the best guys on the circuit. So maybe he can take some of that Truex speed tonight.
I highly doubt that. No offense.
I don't know.
Anything can happen in the core league. All right, so let's take a look now at your power rankings or your power five for this weekend at Homestead. We're not gonna have those little graphics and stuff like that, unfortunately, but still, we have Workman here to tell us who are your five drivers that you got for after Richmond.
Alrighty, so here we go. After 2 races of the regular season, number one, it is a shame that he is not racing tonight. But I have Winvow at number one. He not only did he have a great Days of Thunder, but he backed it up with a flawless, and I mean flawless run at Richmond. Uh, it took him a little bit to get to the lead after the first 30 laps of the race, but once he got to the lead, he didn't back off. He controlled the race the rest of the way. There were those two cautions mid-race that he got shuffled back a little bit, but he drove right back around those guys and actually drove off with it. So he's number one. Number two, it was really close for me between number two and number three. The reason why I have this guy number two is because he's higher up in the point standings. What If Racing? So far showing that great consistent speed. He was the third place car practically all of Richmond last week, but he was very consistent. Like the way he's driving, and he's going off to a great start right now. And assuming that everything goes well tonight, with Winbound not starting tonight, he'll become the points leader if he has a good run. Number three, I got Dale Reynolds. Great rebound for Richmond last week after not having the best Days of Thunder, showing that he has speed. And he was the only guy that could keep up with Winbow. Even though he was about like 4 seconds back, he did have a pretty good long run car, and would have been interesting to see if he didn't get held back in traffic on that late race restart. He was driving up through the field, but just needed more laps at the end. Number four, Ed Soundhead. Same thing as What If. He's really consistent. He's just I think he was losing a little bit on his long run speed at Richmond, but still he was kind of like in his own area of that race. So still holding a great speed, and he's still doing really good. And then number five, this guy, he has been impressive so much, and that is rookie Drive-Thru.
Yeah.
He, for a rookie, you look at the guys that we got going up against right now. I personally thought maybe he was going to be about mid-pack for this beginning of the season, and then start to work his way up possibly. But yeah, he's showing he's not quite race winning contention yet, but he is solid top 5 contender, I think. And I honestly believe if he keeps if he just keeps getting good, consistent finishes and gets practice running up with these guys up front, he could be a threat to win at several tracks this season. It'll be interesting enough that next week we go to his home nation in Canada for Canadian Tire. So great momentum to start off the season for him, and maybe that'll carry into next week.
Yeah, that's right. I completely forgot about that. The fact that yes, we're going to Canada, turning left and right for the first time next Thursday, I believe. Also, huge shout out Dale Reynolds winning Radio Sweetheart. I don't know if that's something you should be proud of, but he was a very expletive, or had a very flavorful language.
Morse code.
Yeah, Morse code during that second part between him and Ed Sound. All right, let's take a look now at the race analysis. I don't have it on me. I know, shame on me. But you do, Workman, I believe. So what can you tell us?
Yeah, so I completely forgot what the total number of laps are tonight. Yeah, I gotta think. Well, let's see, chat. Let's see. It was 267. Let's see. We're gonna do some quick math here. 267 laps is the full race distance. I believe. No, is it? Yes. No, maybe. I'm sorry. Quick math. You're probably thinking here, but it's like in the range of so 133 laps tonight, or 134 laps tonight. Pit window tonight, it's going to be around 29 to 33 laps. Probably going to see guys short pitting again. Did a few runs out in the car a little bit, and that right front that wears off pretty quickly at the beginning of the run. But as the run goes on, that right rear starts to catch up. So one of the fun things, though, about the track itself at Homestead is it is what some consider in this game a multi-groove racetrack. Not necessarily that, I still think the fastest way around this track is to run the bottom. But, if for guys that know how to run this place, if you're trying to hold up a guy behind you, you can run that outside lane and actually use the momentum coming off those corners to keep that guy from getting around you on the inside. So it should be a pretty racy racetrack.
Yeah, all right. That's for sure. Should be interesting to see what happens today, or tonight, I should say. Now, I don't know what else we need to talk about here. Oh, yeah, race picks. I believe that's the last part we need to talk about. Yeah, who you got? Again, this is a very weird episode. We're just going off script, going by what we feel like. So, Workman.
It's finals week in the core world.
Yeah, next week for sure will be a lot more professional, more organized. So yeah, who you got, Workman, to win this race?
All right, so I kind of feel like the last two races I've been going with more obvious picks. Like I picked Winvow the first week at Daytona because he did the best car in Days of Thunder, and I picked Ed Soundhead last year going off of his or last week based off of his short track rankings last year.
Really?
However, I think I'm going to go with some may consider this a little bit outside the box pick. I've been chatting with him the past couple days, and based off what he tells me, he has a really fast race car. I guess we can say that in his starts that he made, he has that 1.5 average finish from last year. Michael frickin' Roots wins tonight at Homestead.
I love that. I love that aggression.
Roots will win tonight. Roots. You've been saying it wrong the whole night, by the way. Roots.
Really? No, I said Maroots.
You said Maroots. Chat.
I said Maroots.
You just said Maroots.
I said Maroot, like Maroots. Okay, it ain't my fault. He's got a weird last name.
Roots. It's at least it's just one syllable.
Michael M.
It's not Roots.
What? Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Michael M. That's how I'm gonna refer to him for the rest of the season. Then. I'm surprised you didn't go for the NASCAR Heat Pro League driver, Joey Stone. I mean, every time he's racing against either one of us or one of the core league drivers, he's always been the one that stands out, always up front. So, in his first career start, he's going to go to Victory Lane and score, I believe, his second core league victory. His first one came back in Michigan. This is his second one, I believe. I think he won in Michigan and Atlanta last year.
Actually, he won at Watkins Glen there.
Watkins Glen. I forgot about that one.
In the Go Dam and at the Glen. So, yeah, obviously Joe is going to be a race-winning threat for tonight. But like I said earlier, I think the key thing is, how is he going to handle the pressure of already being down 45 points? That's going to go away, obviously, a little bit since Winvow was 10 points ahead of second place What If, and then that gap's going to be made up since Winvow can't start tonight. So theoretically, he's only down by 35 points. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Should be entertaining.
All right, so now we're going to be introducing folks a new, well, it's not new, but something that we introduced last weekend. It was more of a way to fill in time, and now we have a proper segment for it. It is called Ask Core Booth. Cody Workman, you put out a little tweet earlier today, just asking people for questions, whether they've got for us in the core league. So, yeah, let's take a look now at some of the questions that you guys want us to answer. I believe you have some already on board with you, Cody. So,
Alrighty, yeah. So here we go. First one, we have Jaw2131. It says hashtag Ask Core Booth. What's your favorite thing about Homestead in the game? So for me personally, it is even though it is an intermediate track, I would still consider it a driver's racetrack, especially when you're on default. The cars here, after several laps, they want to get loose off the corners. And so guys will do that instead of maybe not making a pit adjustment between tire pressure adjustments or wedge. They may just simply change their driving line. So you may see guys who are getting a little bit loose off the corner. They may run that higher line so that they don't get snappy loose off the corner. That way they have a better straight line exit going down the straightaway. So yeah, just multi-groove racing.
I'll be honest with you. I've never liked Homestead. I've
No,
always not. It's not really like okay. Maybe it's a bit harsh. Like never liked, but like I was just never good at it. Mainly because you need actual talent in order to run good there at Homestead. But yeah, multi-groove racing is all I got to say. Other than that, don't like it. All right, we've got one from Trevor Sports 98. He says, "Who's the early championship favorite?" I believe we answered this last weekend, but we'll answer it again. Cody, your pick.
Well, my championship favorite, if he isn't going to be missing some of these races, would have been Winval, and
Yes.
which is a shame because kind of same thing last year. He didn't get a win last year, but he had great speed last year in the race that he was able to show up to. And I think he's apparently known too, that there's going to be a few races this year that he may not be able to show up to. And if you just miss too many races, unless other guys do, you're not going to be in contention for the championship. But as far as guys that are contention, I'd say What If is the number one right now. We saw in the second half of last season him in championship form. The first half of last season, not really. And he obviously knows what he did wrong last season, and that first half of the season of him just kind of making what he called silly, stupid mistakes and beating himself up on some pit calls. That's what cost him the championship. So, What If he's already off to a strong start this season, and I think he's your favorite.
Yeah, I was about to say also Brian Pashanek or whatever racing. I think this time around he's learned from his mistakes to what happened last season. I feel like he's gonna come like this season. He's already run really well. Had a really good run last weekend at Richmond. I think it's gonna continue on for the rest of the season. I feel like he's gonna get redemption and will be the champion. But again, it's way too early to say. All right, we got one from Taz Taylor or TNT Network 61. He says, "How do you think the eNASCAR Heat Pro League drivers in Sloppy and Diego will dare against these guys? And do you see either one of them be championship contenders?"
Yeah, so kind of talked about this a little bit. Sloppy, he is definitely a championship contender, but the thing is that I think he is going to need a little bit of help, and by help I mean that some of those guys in the front right now, like What If, like Ed Soundhead, and even Dale Reynolds, who had a terrible Daytona 250. He had a strong run at Richmond, and he's rebounded nicely from that. He gained 6 points after last week. So those guys are already running strong, and they already have practically a full race gap over him. So, not saying that he's out by any means. He's not. But I think though that either like one, he has to do extremely well for several races, and he's going to need some help from those guys like What If and Ed and Dale to have a couple bad luck races. But by no means is he out.
And what about Diego? I mean Diego, he hasn't run a race so far, and by this time around, he's going to be 3 points or 3 races behind. Do you see him at all having a shot at winning this championship, or at least being contention?
Well, just kind of based off the fact that we're at the third race of the season, and he hasn't been able to make any. Unfortunately, this just may be a sign that he's not going to be able to make many races this season. So that being said, he's probably not going to be a chase contender or a championship contender. Not saying that he won't have speed, I think he'll have speed and he'll be in contention to win some races, but can't be in contention if you don't show up. And
Yeah,
almost like, and of course, these guys have personal stuff and their lives, and yeah, that's completely fine and that's great. But can't be in the conversation of a championship if you're not racing. So
that's true. Yeah.
sucks that he's not able to show up, and we hope that he can get some races here soon. But regarding the first part of Taz's question, is that how do you think the drivers will fare against the other guys? Keep in mind, guys in the pro league, they're running custom setups. You throw these guys into default setups, it is a totally different animal. The car is handled different. They drive different. You got to change up your driving style. And that's just something I personally noticed after racing on custom setups for about the past year now, is that when you're on customs for a while and then you go back to default, you forget the way to drive the cars a bit. So,
Yeah.
Still, it's not going to be like, just because these guys are in the pro league that, they're going to be a number one race pick. There's several guys and who, didn't make the pro league, like some guys here in this core league that could obviously deserve a draft pick into the pro league. So,
like you.
I'm not racing. So,
oh yeah, but you have a good shot.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But guys like Raw Gator, they're good. Obviously, our big three, they're great. And I think Sloppy, he didn't make all the races last year, but he made the majority of them. And, he was just kind of like right there with everyone else. So, but yeah, he's a contender, but just got to start making more races.
Absolutely. All right. So, I think Sloppy Joe and Diego if they were to race more, I think they're gonna make things very interesting. I think Sloppy Joe might still be okay because he has run races in preset setups, so I feel like he should fare off a lot more. But I don't know about Diego, and also he's an Xbox driver. He's coming from Xbox, PlayStation, even though they're the same game. I don't know, with Xbox people might not do well in PlayStation and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we now go to the next one from @OrtsMateo00, who says, which groove do you think will make the biggest impact tonight?
So I think the fastest way around the racetrack is running that bottom groove, at least at the beginning of the run. But if you have guys that can get that middle or high line working, and not just for holding off people, but actually make their way through the field, if they can make that work, they're going to go to that middle and that outside lane. Because one, it's a little bit less wear on the tires. Two, you get a much better run down the straightaways. And there's just going to be more people like bottom feeding than they are wanting to run the middle and the high line. Also, if you get a guy too that knows how to run the middle and the high line, if they got someone coming up on them who can only really run the low line, they can use that to their advantage and run that middle, run that high line, and hold that guy off behind them. So, bottom line will be the fastest, but the middle lanes and the outside lane will be effective if guys know how to run it.
All right, so we now go to our second to last question on Twitter. I know some of you guys already on the YouTube chat already posting questions about it. We will get to yours later.
Keep it coming.
Yeah, keep it coming, but we're going to get to them later. But for now, we're going to answer all the questions answered on Twitter. Again, if you want to be, or at least to have a better chance of being, have your question answered on the previous show, use hashtag, there it is, use hashtag CoreBooth on Twitter.
Hashtag AskCoreBooth.
Hashtag AskCoreBooth on Twitter. So yeah, do that. Next question from @HS Racing YT. With the winners so far this season being first-time winners, do you think we will have another first-time winner tonight?
I think it's very possible, especially as you look at some of the guys who are performing that don't have that race win yet to their credit. And the number one guy that I feel like has the highest chance of pulling that off is Drive-Thru. He is the only, I believe, I got to look back at the points here for a second, but just like from what I've seen, we've only had one race so far that has been like a non-plate race, and even in the plate race he showed speed. But yeah, like the the biggest move of the race I saw from him last week is that once he got the free pass, the thing is, when you get the free pass, you don't just like get back on a lead lap. You start behind all those lap down cars. And in 1.5 laps, drive through got through all the lap cars once he got his lead lap back. And he got all the way up to third before falling back to, I believe, fifth at the end of that race. So that guy, he knows how to drive. He isn't just good on Rocket League.
Yeah.
he knows how to race here in NASCAR heat. So out of all the guys that don't have that Cup Series win yet, or this Core League win, this regular point season wins to their name yet, I know Joseph Lombard, he had a win in the shootout. Yeah, in the shootout. But as far as a guy that but he doesn't have a points win to his credit yet. He's one to watch also. But as all the guys that don't have a win yet, drive-through is definitely the top contender.
Yeah, we were sort of like kept on complimenting him last weekend at Richmond. Yeah, because I mean Richmond,
it's impressive.
Yeah, it's a difficult track, and he went really, really well for a driver that has never raced in the Core League, at least with these drivers. It was mighty impressive to see how good he ran at Richmond, and I feel like you're right. I feel like I think he's gonna win tonight? I don't know, but he's gonna have a really good shot at winning here tonight. So, final question on the Twitter page at Jaw2131 says, what's your favorite thing about Homestead in this game? Well, I don't have many favorites, but I'm pretty sure, Cody, you have a lot of favorites.
Again, going back to it again, talked about a lot is, you could just have fun with this track. It's an intermediate track. So, obviously, the draft's going to be a little bit of a factor just because, the draft is a little bit more intense on NASCAR heat. But at the same time, when you get down to those corners, you still have to drive the car, race the racetrack based off of using different lines and whatnot. So I like it just from the sense that, there's, a sense of having to stay in the draft, but also, you still have to hit your corners, right? It isn't like some other intermediate tracks like Michigan.
Yeah.
Where it's basically another restricted plate racetrack, or maybe even Chicagoland or Texas, where the car handles pretty nice and smooth. You gotta drive your race car here. So yeah.
All right. So that is it for all the Twitter questions. We're not gonna go on to the YouTube ones. We have one from J Rocks NASCAR 1. Are cautions on relax or strict? I believe they're on relax, but based on what Sloppy Joe told me, or Joey Stone told me a few nights ago when he did a practice race with the other core drivers, he said it was basically like pack racing. So that should be fun to see, and we might have a bit of wrecks in this race tonight. Number 22, Joe Logano fan says, when will Eric E-Step first race? I don't know, when his internet gets right. Let's see. Okay, this one from Cito Brown. I think it says Cito Brown. Says, who will be the most aggressive in this race tonight?
Let's see here. So Mr. Joey Stone, he himself is just aggressive, period.
Yes.
Just from the times that I've raced with him, it doesn't matter. When I was just racing against him in the summer showdown before all of that happened, it was 100 laps to go in the race, and he was making moves like it was 5 laps to go. And just so that's kind of why I say, I want to see, how well he does under this pressure of being in this points gap already. So, yeah, I think he will be the most aggressive.
All right. So, I was going to say maybe Rusty or who was one driver? Ed Soundhead, from the move that he made last weekend at Richmond. That was a pretty bold move that he made. Who knows? Maybe he might do something similar to that later tonight. You could go easily 4 wide at Homestead. Well, not easily, but you can go 4 wide, and I think Soundhead might be the most aggressive. He's going to be the one I think that's going to pull out the most daring moves. You have one. We have one from IDK Fan 12, who says, with Jonathan Ramos, there we go, Ramos, struggling so much at Richmond, do you think it will affect his performance for the rest of the season?
I hate to be the pessimist here, but I think just like IDK himself, like he just hasn't proven to me that he's one of the top runners. Sorry to say that to all the IDK fans out there, but he's just consistently in mid pack, and to see how I'm gonna sound harsh, but how awful he did last week.
That's not being harsh. That's being truthful.
I know. I'm not mean. I'm being realistic.
Yeah, I understand.
But yeah, just to see him how much he struggled, like, ouch.
Yeah.
He's in for a long season, and in my opinion, we're gonna have a decent amount of tracks that are gonna be harder than Richmond, in my opinion. But yeah, there are also other guys that struggled.
All right, so I'm looking on for other questions now.
Oh, I gotta say another Twitter question that we had.
All right.
Let me find it here. I want to make sure that I read it verbatim because it was. Oh, here we go. So, Raw Gator said.
Oh.
Raw Gator says, "Do you think my blue car will help me blend in with the blue walls tonight?" And then in parentheses, he says, "That's actually my strategy."
Here's the problem though. If you're trying to blend into the wall, and your strategy is for people to not notice you, then drivers are gonna act like you're not even there. They're just gonna put you in the wall because they think you're the wall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe that's him just trying to say that he's gonna maybe use that Larson line tonight, and he can make the Larson line. If he can make the Larson line work, watch out for Gator.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. All right, Lation. I'm sorry if I butchered that name. He's already said this on chat. Qualifying is underway. I don't know how long qualifying takes. I don't know the race length exactly, but it should be done in a few minutes, and hopefully around 8:12, 8:13 or so, we might be ready to finally go racing. So in the meantime, keep coming with these questions again. Use hashtag AskCoreBooth. Ask Core Booth. I would keep on saying axe. If you want us to answer some of your questions. I don't know, Workman, do you got any?
Let's see. I'm scrolling through chat here. We've had people ask. Oh, let's see. Shane Greenaway, he asked this a little bit ago. He said, "Who will win Rookie of the Year?" I'm confident in saying Drive-Thru will win.
Yeah,
he is the only, as far as looking at a rookie class between Drive-Thru, Maroots,
Baskinger.
Jake Bassinger. 2 weeks in a row, Jake struggled, and then Diego just not making races. The only guy who I believe is in contention to catch him is the catch Drive-Thru is Maroots, but Maroots has already said he doesn't know how many races he's going to be able to run. He can't commit to full time, but doesn't mean he won't have speed. It would have been a nice rookie battle to see if Maroots can run full season. But yeah, those two are putting on a hell of a show for rookies.
Yeah, for sure. But I think Drive-Thru has got this locked in the bag. I don't know. I mean, Baskinger, but again, Maroots might have a bit of a competition, but I feel like Drive-Thru, if he can keep up what he's done so far in the first two races, I think he's going to be in good hands of capturing Rookie of the Year honors. All right, we have one from number 22, Joey Logano fan, who says, "Do you think they will wreck on the first lap like in Daytona?"
Wait a second. Blue Jimmy's fan says, "Bro, you're missing the race." I thought they're under qualifying right now. I know we haven't gotten any word from admins at all.
No, it's qualifying.
Yeah,
Blue Jimmy, it's qualifying. It's not the race. It's qualifying, I think.
I know we never get. I know admins have never sent us a notification or anything. But yeah. So anyway, back to the question. Corwin, do you think it'll wreck in the first lap like in Daytona? I don't think so. We saw, what was it? I'm trying to think. I just lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. So technically, that first caution at Daytona, that was a mechanical issue. Like I actually thought that happened. So it wasn't necessarily a driver issue, but yeah, they proved last week at Richmond that they could race, and what ended up bringing out that caution at Richmond was a legit deal where Gator, unfortunately, he blew a tire and nothing he could do. He was sitting backwards down the back stretch, and then we had another caution a couple laps after that, but only 2 races, or not only two cautions. And so, yeah, I'm not too worried. I think we're going to have great racing again tonight, but there may be a little bit just because it is a faster pace track. And the faster you're going and when you get loose these faster racetrack, it's a little iffy.
Yeah. All right. This one, just want to say right now because this is getting annoying, but BB Ruiz and 49ers fan, you have to be invited by the admins, okay? All right, I think 3 or 4. We're not going to answer questions like that because clearly the chat has reminded you.
We're by the way, these questions aren't race questions, not government questions. That is not in our department.
Yeah, they're not race questions.
Yeah. Let's see here. Oh,
Eli Pope says.
Justin Mons said, "How many oofs and you hate to see it phrases are gonna be used tonight?" Well, we'd be seeing a lot more if Mr. Mike RPM, the PS4 Pro League racer for Richard Petty Motorsports on PS4 side, was here. He says that all the time. But I mean, I don't know too many. I mean, obviously, you may have your guys who are going to need to get off the track, like Ramos. Sorry. I mean, I hope. Wow. I hope he doesn't. I hope he doesn't. But gosh, I mean, I'm being realistic here. The guy was about 7-8 laps down, and he was spinning yeah. That just didn't get me last week. I don't know. You got anything, Jet?
You're just trying to segue, get away from this as fast as possible. Well, I can say this. Qualifying has just ended, just wrapped up, so we should be getting word in a few. I should be getting the call from Darian to let us know, hey, or qualifying's done, or hey, you can join in the race lobby. So, like I said, minutes away from countdown or to racing. Okay, Eli Pope, who's your pick to win tonight? I said, I think I said Joey Stone. Who'd you pick again?
Yeah, I picked Mr. 1.5 season 1 and finished himself. You just said it again.
I said Roots. I said, dude, I'm not even. I said, I swear, I said Roots.
Michael, you need to be paying me to correct people all the time,
bro. I swear, I said Roots.
It's okay. All right. See, this is what we do during rain delays.
This has been a rain delay the first 3 races.
Yeah, we've been answering questions here for about half an hour.
Yeah.
Who is our poll win? We have someone commenting that Roots is the poll winner. Do we have a confirmation on who our poll award winner is?
Right now, I'm looking at a bunch of people's streams. I don't see anything. Wait, hold on. Waiting. And it is... Okay, well, still don't know. But I can say Michael M. qualified 3rd. Who qualified pole? Let's see. I'm looking at my phone, just letting you guys know. Dale Reynolds, once again.
Second week in a row, he's got pole.
Yeah, it's second time this season. Dale Reynolds wins the Soundhead Entertainment Pole Award. So, congratulations to him. Second place. Let's see who came in second. Second. Oh, Raw Gator, Trey Normal, second place. Nice run.
He used that blue wall disguise.
Yeah, he took your advice. He probably ran that Kyle Larson line. All right. Third place is Michael M. I'm not gonna say his full name. Ed Soundhead in fourth place. Let's see. Sixth is Rusty Walrus. All right. So invites are going out for the race right now. Just got a notification from Darian. Says invites are going out. Not to accept it yet. Righty. So yeah. It's always these are these like awkward moments where you just have nothing to say and like you're just waiting.
Yeah.
What did you change?
Well, you were talking.
Oh. Oh, you're all cozy now. You're all up in the couch now.
Yeah. I'm in the cockpit.
You're in the cockpit. All right. Kind of surprising. Sloppy Joey Stone, 10th. He qualified.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. Wow, I expect him to be
Not
up.
good.
What?
Hey, like I said, these like defaults, they're a completely different animal than customs, man. I mean, yeah, I think everyone's on a little more equal playing field, and also if you know, I've had the same thing too, where like when there's a time where I was racing on a lot of custom setup work, and I didn't race like in default lobbies for a while, it was a little bit to get used to again. So, like, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So sorry for the black screen for a bit. We it's gonna go back to oh, there we go. It should be in a bit going back to there it is to the actual screen.
Are we able to jump in yet?
Yep. All right. So race number 3 of the Core League from the Homestead-Miami Speedway, the Tazmanian Devil 200. Dale Reynolds on the pole, Trey Normal in second on the outside lane. All right, you should see some awesome racing here at the Homestead-Miami Speedway. Off turn 4. Into the restart zone they go. Green flags in the air. Off turn 4 to lead the first lap, it will be Dale Reynolds. Second place, Michael Marutz. Third is Trey Normal. Fourth is a rookie, drive through, and fifth, Ed Soundhead.
Ooh, Moose, he ain't wasting time at all. He's going right down to that inside. But here we go. We're going to see how much of that strong run that Dale's going to get on the outside. He gets a little bit of run. He pulls even, but Marutz has got the drafting help. Gator's going to look inside, now back outside, and inside again. And here comes the two of Soundhead.
Side by side. Wow. Ed Soundhead looked like I thought he was going to make it 3 wide there. Goes way up the racetrack. And off of turn 4, the 48 car out in front at Homestead. I don't know if he clears him. Reynolds still got the run.
27, though. Yeah, I mean, just because you're on the inside of somebody here, that doesn't just guarantee you the position. These guys, they've been side by side for a lap now, but Marutz is going to see if he can clear him right here. Nope, not quite.
Reynolds got the run on the high side. Normal stays in line behind Marutz. Gives him a bit of a shove, it looks like now. Reynolds with the run on the outside lane. Marutz down low.
Down low, Ed's making it wide. 27 slipped up the track a little bit. Ooh, Gators got a little bit checked up there.
3 wide for second.
Yeah. Look at this. Oh, Dale back to the inside.
Oh, Marutz way below the apron. Nearly in the little colored grass area. Manages to hold on first place.
Oh, come on, boys.
Aggressive
blocking. A little bit too early. A little bit too early for that. Oh, Dale on the wall.
Oh. Contact with the outside wall. He's going to lose 4 or 5 spots. Here comes Rusty Walrus to the inside lane. That very lovely looking Miami Vice.
We got some contact up here. We got some contact up here.
Oh, more contact. Oh, in the wall. Reynolds in the wall. Oh, and right in front of, I think that's Jared Lundberg. Caution is out, I believe.
Yep, it is.
Yep, caution is out. Wow.
Yeah, Rusty, I don't know what happened. He just pushed up on corner. Actually, got in a little bit too hot there, and he just he shoved drive-through up the track, and then I think drive-through was right in front of Dale, and Dale just had nowhere to go.
You should also mention that Ray Jacobs, Kamikaze Games, making his first start, was also involved in that crash. Wow. 130 laps to go still, and we have 5 laps into this, and great racing so far. Aggressive, but great. All right. So we've got Michael Marutz leading. Second place, I believe, is Ed Sona. Third is Trey Normal. Fourth is Rusty Walrus, and fourth is Cody Hicken, and fifth is Drive Through. All right, into the restart zone they go. 48 car leads. The 2 car on the outside lane again. Green flag is out.
We're gonna see here if getting up to speed here of Moots, if he can make short work here. He's going to clear Ed with ease, and Rusty, he hit the apron a bit. That's going to back up that inside lane.
Here comes the 82 car.
They get a little tight. Ooh, they're getting loose off the corner.
Look at this. 3 wide and the apron. Near the apron is the 82 car of Lombard.
Yeah, Ed.
Whoa, 4 wide.
Yeah, what if is right in the middle there. He does not want to be there at all.
We just
being this early in the race.
We just saw the 8 cars. Sloppy Joe hit the outside wall. He's going to lose a ton of spots. Look at this pack of cars behind.
4 wide. Shout out to Littell. He backed out of it there. Could have been a lot worse, but he knows it's early. Oh, Rusty gets the wall.
Rusty in the wall. Probably lost it off of 4, or off of 2, I should say. Sona looks like he also hit the wall. He's also losing spots.
Yeah, he's going back. You're gonna have to work your way through this pack again, and it may not be that easy. I mean, we see the 27, the Dale Reynolds. He's still back there. It's Joey. He hasn't been able to make his way up there at all. So far, it's hard to pass, but back up front.
Remember you were talking
that outside lane work. Here comes Gator.
Remember you were talking about how Lombard was one of those drivers as the one that could have an opportunity. He's already up to 3rd place and looking for more as Normal takes the lead.
Mr. Kyle Larson himself makes the outside lane work, and he's trying to put a gap on Roots.
So far, it's working. He has gained some ground away from the rest of the field. Side by side for 2nd place now. Marutz on the outside lane and Lombard on the inside. Who's that? That's a 12 car. Jonathan Ramos just bumped the right side of Lombard, I believe.
A little bit in the back of the pack here, looks like drive through and
sideways and around the 12 car of Ramos. Sorry to cut you off there.
No, looks like he was. I think he was just having some problems there about getting loose on corner exit, and kind of like Richmond a little bit. You know, some of these guys, they need to start off with a little bit tighter setup because these things, they will get a bit loose off of the corners. So it looks like he had a good short run speed there, but may have ran the right rear tire off that already.
You know, back up front, Normal has opened up a bit of a gap, it looks like. And around and in the wall goes Brendan Littell. That's the 2nd driver to get loose off of 2 and spin.
Yeah, 2 cars that spun. Don't see these guys slowing down yet. I think we're still green.
Yes, we are. Remember, this is...
drive-through gets loose.
As well as Reynolds and What If.
Yeah, drive-through, he got loose. He threw the 27 down there. Luckily, enough runoff area for Dale to save it.
You stay green, and those 2 drivers keep going. Meanwhile, and in the wall goes Marutz!
Marutz getting loose. He overcorrected the car and went straight into the wall. Looks like these guys, they're definitely starting to get that loose condition coming off these corners.
And how about Joey Stone? He hit the wall a few laps ago. He's already managed his way up to 2nd place.
Yeah, I think enough of these guys, making some mistakes early on and backing things up. He's been able to drive his way through. It's taken a couple laps, but he's getting up there.
Looks like turn 2 is going to be a very key spot, as well as maybe turn 4. Looks like these drivers, they're just losing it off of the corners.
I think what some of these guys need to do, granted, some of these guys may have not pitted under that first caution, so they may not have the required adjustments. They only have whatever adjustment that their pre-race slider is. But with that being said, you just can't you just can't keep driving the same line again if you're finding an issue. You need to change your lineup a bit. And for those guys that are getting a little bit loose, I'd be running Gator's line. Run a little bit higher line coming off these corners so it doesn't get snappy loose.
We almost just saw another victim. The 82 car Lombard got real squirrely off of 2. Keeps it going in 3rd place. Look at this battle for 4th place into the wall. 4 wide.
There we go.
Wow. Oh, and Reynolds. Whoa. Reynolds way in the grass area. 3 wide now.
Yeah. Almost, it's a pretty good thing that's just blue painted asphalt. But look up front. We got Joey Stone going for the lead.
Side by side. Chevrolet on the inside. Ford on the outside.
Gator has a really good car in this outside lane, but Joey just using that inside lane. Like I said, it's a faster way around this track, and he's using it pretty good. But Gator, he's got a little bit of a runoff here. I think it may be too early for him to make some sort of crossover move.
And to the lead, the A car, Joey Stone, competing in his first career Core League start this season. 2nd place, Joseph Lombard has... Oh, and he put him in the wall! Raw Gator crashes into the outside wall.
That was just wrong place, wrong time for Gator. He was an innocent bystander. Lombard, he got loose and came up to correct it. And fortunately, with NASCAR heat physics, the car in front, when the car in front comes across the guy behind in front of their front bumper, it's the guy behind them that suffers, not the guy that throws the block.
Yeah, and we saw there Lombard. He got loose and then just went up right in front of Raw Gator. No caution again, but now we got a new driver up front. The 1 car, Brian Pasternak, one of the big 3 last year.
Yep, showing that consistent speed again. Joey, he's pushing up a little bit on exit, but he may be going up there on purpose just so that back end of that car doesn't snap around. But what if he's kind of driven his way through the field a little bit? He was back there in that initial start of the race, and he's been able to work through the field nicely as well.
Here's a bit of action. Oh, contact! The 85 and the 77 car of drive-through and Normile. Cornel drive-through keeps it straight, but now he's got an eye full of Jarrett Lundberg on the back end of his race machine. So far,
Gator's definitely falling back right now. I know he got thrown to the wall a bit, but he's lost quite a bit of ground. He may be having handling issues as well.
And look up front for the lead. What if racing? Brian Pasternak. Sloppy Joe puts a big block. Oh.
I think that may be Kamikaze. He may be around.
Let's see. Yes, the 06 car is around.
That begins it going again.
Meanwhile, back up front, we saw the 8 car of Joey Stone blocking a bit. Tried to stop the 1 car's momentum.
Telling you, dude, he's pretty aggressive. It doesn't matter what lap of the race it is. He'll drive every lap almost as it's the last lap, but that comes with pros and cons. It gets you up there to the lead, but it's going to make guys less patient.
And that aggression is showing to the inside for the lead. Pasternak on the inside, Joey Stone on the outside.
Joey, though, just too good of a run on that outside. If that 1 can get to his quarter panel and drag him back a little bit so he doesn't have the best run on exit, that's what he's going to need to do here. But the 1 car right against the white line.
Lap 22 out of 134 here in the Tazmanian Devil 200, but a contact looked like for the lead between the 8 and the 1 car.
Yeah, I think just racing incident that, I think they both went from the same piece of real estate, but no harm, no foul. 1 car just got right by him, but Joey is going to pull a crossover.
Crossover move. Now Pasternak up top and Joey Stone on the bottom. But now Pasternak, he's got the preferred lane, at least off the corner.
That led that lap right there. Yeah, the crossover move here can only really work if you're able to clear him coming off this corner. I mean, yeah, he's still on the inside right there. But, something to keep in mind, too, is the harder these guys race, the more they're going to use up their tires. And as they race, look at who's starting to come into that picture.
See that red car, as we see a driver off track somewhere. That red car, the 27 car, Dale Reynolds. As Joey Stone on the inside tries to clear him. Not going to be able to do it. Maybe he does, but what if racing now back to the inside?
Yeah, we got crossovers happening everywhere. It's so far pretty clean racing, good racing for the most part, but gotta imagine how hard are they using their tires? I mean, I'd be thinking big picture here. I mean, maybe get single file, try to run away from these guys a bit, because these guys racing, it's just bringing more guys into the frame. And I think we got guys around the backstretch.
Oh, do we? We're looking.
I think so. There may have been a black car that got spun around. Yes, we got a black
the 59
car.
car, I believe. Rusty Walrus. Oh, yeah, and Brendan Littell.
Single car incidents, though, I think we're still moving pretty good.
Lap 25 out of 134 now. The 1 car, Pasternak, has cleared the 8 car of Joey Stone off of 2.
Now, let's kind of go through the, I'm looking back here. I'm trying to switch to him. It's taking a bit forever. But one guy that we haven't really talked about him a lot this season, that's been the 25 car of Black Flags Matter. He's currently sitting top 5 in the points right now, and he's doing pretty good. He's sitting right there in 5th place, right behind Lombard. He's actually going to go to the inside of him and try to make the pass for 4th, but he has some quiet success so far in the beginning of the season, and so far making quite the improvement from last season.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, we got another battle. The 1 in the 8 car. The 8 car trying to do a slide jump right in front of him, but what if pulls a crossover move again? Oh, gets loose. As well as the 82 car.
That 27 car, he's going to get quite the run. It's going to be interesting to see what he does. Is he just going to let those guys just do crossovers and wear out each other's tires? The 8 car in the wall a bit.
Way up the racetrack.
He came right in front of the 27. Ooh, that was not smart.
No harm, no foul. Well, a bit of harm, but they keep going nonetheless. Now the 1 car is a bit of a gap between him and the 8 car of Joey Stone.
Ooh,
3rd.
Dale hit the apron just a little bit. He lost a little bit of ground.
Oh, and he gets loose off of 4, I should say, the 8 car. That's going to allow the 27 car to get a good run on him.
Finally allows that 1 car to get away a little bit, so this battle for the lead has turned into a battle for 2nd, and 4th and 5th is starting to close the gap a little bit, as well as 6th and 7th. Roots and Gator, they're trying to fight their way back.
We should be expecting pit stops 5 to 6 laps from now. We're looking at Joey Stone's telemetry data. He has an estimated 10 laps on fuel. His left sides are on the 60% mark, but his right sides are the 40 to 30% left. So we should see drivers on pit road sometime in the next coming laps. Reynolds to the outside, trying to get a run on Joey Stone off of 2.
Yeah, approaching the other run.
Oh! Big contact!
Again. Second time Lombard's gotten loose and cost someone a spot on track.
And this time it looked like a lot worse damage took place. I mean, the 25 cars, we see the 12 car of Jonathan Ramos on pit road. That was a bit more serious this time as now.
Oh, Mooch coming down pit road, I believe.
Yeah, yes, he is.
We got people starting to make pit stops. I think the 12 IDK.
As well as the 25
coming off
car.
Pit road.
And that threw Darian off his game tremendously. He was in 4th place at the time.
Yeah, well, now these guys, I think 1 car of What If, I think he's signaling that he's coming down pit road right here.
No.
He drifted up a bit, but...
Stays up top. Meanwhile, the 8 car does.
8 car, he's pitting.
Sloppy Joe's pitting from 3rd place.
I need to see how, with Joe here, his first car down pit road, if that's going to make the 27 and the 8, or the 27 and the 1 pit a little bit sooner.
So you got 2nd place is Joseph Lombard, and is that no, Ramos is a lap down, I believe, right?
He was one of the first cars that pitted, but he was towards the back of the pack.
He has 1 lap down, and the 82 and the 1 car both come on pit road.
So we got some guys staying out right now. 59 of Rusty Walrus is in. Raw Gator, I think he's in.
Trying to see who's the leader right now. As we're gonna stay with the 1 and the 82 car, because this is what's gonna be the battle for the lead more than likely, unless Reynolds hasn't pitted yet, right?
Yes, I do not believe that Dale Reynolds pitted. So yes, he still is the leader, but he stayed out there for quite a while.
Yeah, he's gonna lose a ton of ground.
But he will have the fresher tires though, so looks like What If he had a decent stop. So let's see how this plays out. Right now, what if he's on the access road? Here comes Joey Stone on the outside. He was behind him by a ways. And yes, he's going to get the lead here. So a mix of probably a good stop, but also coming in early. That gives the 8 car the lead.
Yeah, once pit cycles cycle through, the 8 car will retain the lead as you see ahead of him. I believe that's the 38 car, Jake Baskinger, who I believe was the race leader at the time. I think he stayed out quite some time.
Dale Reynolds, that may be a 28 of Cody H. He is coming on pit road. Those Cody H cars and the Dale Reynolds car, they look awfully similar, and they're just one number apart.
Yeah, also are red and black.
Yep. And he almost made a little bit of a mistake coming off pit road. He got in the grass a little bit, but he got it going again.
Right now, ahead of him is the 88 car, Jarrett Lundberg. He is currently one of those drivers that hasn't pitted yet.
Oh, Dale Reynolds down pit road.
Reynolds on pit road.
He stayed out there for quite a while. Like, it's been about 6-7 laps ago when about when Sloppy Joe pitted. So he's going to be the key guy to watch in relation to Dale. But, at the same time, Dale's going to have the fresher tires, and maybe Dale thinks that he can have a longer run.
Meanwhile, back up front between the 8 and the 1 car, the 1 car has closed that gap pretty well. It was maybe 1.5 seconds, and now it's down to maybe 7 or 8 tenths.
Yeah, and Dale's coming off pit road, Lundberg.
And look at the 1 car.
Well, and look at the 27. Look how much ground he's going to lose to these guys.
Wow, what a run through the center of 1 and 2 for Pasternak. Now is right up the back bumper of the 8 car of Joey Stone. Right now the leader.
It's interesting to see how much these guys are going to battle here. Pasternak inside. Joey's not going to do anything too big. He's not going to try to block or anything. He's just holding his line on the outside. But look, I think he's gearing for a crossover here maybe. Nope, he just really backed up that corner.
So far this race has been the Sloppy Joe and What If Racing show. These two drivers have been battling basically the entire race.
Yeah, they got pretty even cars, and they also started towards the back also.
Yeah.
So pretty interesting. I think maybe some of the guys that, maybe they weren't really worried about qualifying all that much. Maybe some guys were just worried about building a qualifying setup. But
as you saw, sorry to cut you off there. As you saw just in the corner of our screen there, the 77 car of Drive-Thru, who was a race leader, as well as the 88 car Jarrett Lundberg, they have come on pit road. So now this will be the battle for the lead. The 1 and the 8 car. Sloppy Joe all over the back bumper of the 1 car. Brian Pasternak heading into 3.
Yeah, I think some of the remaining cars that are on the lead lap, they may have came down pit road during that earlier caution that we had, because Combine notices that a lot of those guys who are finishing up their round of pit stops, they kind of came down pit road that first time, so they're able to go a little bit further here.
97 laps remaining in the Tazmanian Devil 200 at the Homestead-Miami Speedway. It has been the 1 and the 8 car that have been putting an incredible show for us here tonight. So if I believe the 1 car, Pasternak, he has a better car. I mean, we have seen him anytime he gets out behind the 8 car, he's managed to close up that gap and eventually pass him.
I'm trying to him too much. Yeah,
third place is Dale Reynolds. He's 2.3 seconds behind. 4th is Michael Marutz. Nice rebound for him from last weekend at Richmond. 4.8 seconds behind him. And rounding out the top 5 is Joseph Lombard. He is 5.8 seconds behind.
Yeah, so it looks like these top 2, they've settled down a little bit. We got Joey. He's just kind of running behind the 1 a little bit. I think they realized that the more that they're racing, they're just using up each other's tires. So yeah, I'm glad to see these guys starting to look at big picture a bit. But Joey's keeping him honest. He's just right there on his back bumper.
See, IDK, Jonathan Ramos off the track, got way loose off of 2. It's not been the 12 cars a year.
Kind of looking back at some battles here. Let me see if I can get there. Then we got a battle for, I believe, this 6th position here. Looks like between Ed Soundhead and Drive-Thru and Cody H Gaming.
Nice battle here. Trio of Fords in the mix for 6th place.
Cody Yates, he's trying to prove, that, hey, that first win at Daytona, it wasn't a fluke. I can race everywhere else. He didn't had a terrible race last week at Richmond. He finished several laps down, but so far he's rebounding pretty nicely, running here in the top 8.
Meanwhile, up front, Joey Stone just slammed in his the left side of the one car of Pasternak, pushed him up the track, but the one car manages to hold his lead. I don't know. You were talking about how they decided to settle down. Doesn't look like they're settling down any.
Well, at the time it looked like it.
Yeah. This is great racing between these two drivers, and this more than likely could be drivers that could be battling for the championship. It seems like if Joey Stone can make all the races from here on out, he could have a big shot at making it. Whoa, contact!
That got really loose.
Ooh, and the A car nearly paid the price for it.
I think when they came off the corner at first, the A was on his corner a bit because his right front and the left rear, they touched, and almost like the one, he went to correct it, and he overcorrected and sent that 8 down the track.
Manages to keep going, maintain within less than a second. In fact, 0.4 of a second is the gap between first and second place now.
Battle for fourth back here, it looks like. Lombard gets around Michael Mrutz. About the closest battle that we have right now besides the lead.
And, hey, don't look far back. That 27 car, he's closed the gap. It was...
Yep. He has fresher tires. There's something to keep in mind, too. Some of those... There's quite a few guys that stayed out a lot longer than the guys that decided to come in early. So, got kind of interested here. Some of those guys, they stayed about almost 10 laps longer. I want to see maybe can they go one more stop shorter than some of the other guys. I'm really curious.
Currently right now, 16 to 18 laps is the estimated fuel, at least with the 8 car of Joey Stone. Probably the same thing with the 1 car Brian Pasternak, but the 27 car, he's probably going to be stay on the track a lot longer because last time pit cycles went through, he stayed out on the track for as long as he could before he brought the car on the pit road.
Yeah, fuel window here. Talked about earlier, about 29 to 33 laps. So we have to see maybe with about... The guys they could definitely make it on 2 stops from here. Well, maybe not 2 to 3 laps. So if they can make it to about lap 60, they could definitely make it on 1 stop after that.
All right. And that gap has now been erased. It was 0.4 of a second. Now the 1 car has an eye full view of the 8 car, Joey Stone. The 8 car to the inside, entering 3.
1 car, he's still not giving it up. These guys are going at it. A little bit of contact here and there, but so far pretty clean racing. 1 car, he doesn't give that much of a run off the corner. Pretty dead even at the line.
But that was
8 car's probably the drive. 8 car's probably going to drive it in deep right here. Cover up the track a little bit. More contact.
Man, that was close.
Oh, but that ups.
Oh, more contact.
That little bump in the center, that really upset that 1 car.
Yeah, the left rear corner panel, or left front corner panel of the 1 car hit the right rear corner panel of the 8 car that sent Pasternak up into the wall. Now about a 3 or 4 of a second gap between first and second now with the advantage to Joey Stone.
Yeah, while they're doing that, that 27 car just keeps getting closer and closer and closer. 1 car diving in again.
Trying to
it's almost like when 1 guy gets in front, like they just hit that wall of air, and the guy behind them, the guy in front isn't able to pull away at all. It's all draft, and you're able just to stay in reach with that guy.
And look up ahead, we see some lap traffic. The 12 car of Jonathan Ramos and the 06 car Ray Jacobs, Kamikaze Games. That could play a factor, maybe.
There, see here, 1 car, he's starting to make up that gap a little bit. Had to stay in his tire tracks right now. Rode the middle and then went down to the inside. 1 car, I think he has just about 2 or 3 laps fresher tires, but at this point of the run, they about equalize.
especially with how hard they've been running.
Yeah, definitely. I think the car that could actually drive away is that 27 car if you can get up there soon.
Right now, we've got 84 laps remaining here in the Tazmanian Devil 200 here on MDK. Cody Workman and Jake Cross with you on the call. It has been an incredible battle specifically between these two, the 1 car and the 8 car. Pasternak entered in this race second in the points, but due to the absence of the 000 car of Michael Costi Jr., the 1 car at this rate will retain will take over as the points leader after the end of this race.
I'm going to say, trying to briefly look back through the field here to see if there's any battles going on. Your top 5, they're pretty spread out right now. I think Ed Soundhead, he's catching the 77 of drive-through a bit. Those guys are going at it for the 5th position.
Meanwhile, back up front, the 1 car now back all over the back bumper of Joey Stone. And now the 1 car is trying to be the attacker while the 8 car being the defender. 1 car gets a nice run off of 4. Gonna be off of the back bumper of the 8 car entering 1. At this rate, Cody, do you think should Joey Stone let him go because pit stops are gonna be taking over in just a few laps, or do you think that they should be racing like the way they are? That, ladies and gentlemen, is what you call awkward silence. Oh, there we go.
Alrighty, here we go. We're back at it.
Yeah, that was very awkward. How I wanted to ask you a question.
Back to the action. Here we go.
Yeah, back to the action. And now the 8 car has an eye full view of the 1 car Pasternak. Pasternak, yeah, they were side by side for a moment there off of 2, I believe.
At that point of the run, these guys' tires, they're sliding all over the place a bit.
About 6 laps or so, we should see them onto pit road. The 1 car Pasternak again going to the inside. Trying to take that shorter route.
Racing pretty hard here for the run, and I'm surprised that 27 car hasn't closed in as much as he has. And one was with him having fresher tires, and also how much these front 2 are battling.
In fact, they've actually opened up the gap. A few laps ago, it was around 0.8 of a second, and then a few laps after that, it was 1.2 seconds. So while they've been racing this hard, they've managed to pull away. Maybe not this time around, because now the 27 car is starting to get bigger and bigger on these drivers' rear view mirrors. 1 car trying to do a slide job, not going to work. The 8 car holding momentum, more contact.
Well, contact. And here comes that 27 car. He's starting to show up.
It's now going to become a 3 car battle, and the 8 car just hit the wall.
We're starting to come and look at some other streams here. And looks like Michael Mercy's got 5 laps of fuel left, but his right front is about 16%. So some of these guys, he was one of the first guys down pit road in the last stop, and yep, he's coming down pit road.
So it looks like the 48 car will begin pit stops here in a bit. I mean, I don't know. Sorry, go ahead.
Yep, so about 80 laps to go, 79 laps right now to go right now. And right now the guy with the freshest tires, Dale Reynolds, he got around the 1 car. I'm wondering if he can make it about another 15, 16 laps. He could possibly make this on 2 more stops, and a lot of other guys in the field, they may need to make 3 more stops.
That fresher tires is paying greatly for the 27 car, as now he's going after the race leader as the 1 car goes way to the apron of the racetrack. I don't know what so far in this race, we've had so many moves of the race. What would you call the move of the race so far?
I think it's pretty early right now, but
for the lead.
Yeah, that 27 car, he's able to go right by him.
Maybe
tires.
not.
Oh, he checked up a bit.
Here comes the 8 car momentum off the high lane, but we're about to say this, the 1 car Pasternak on pit road. And now the battle's between the 8 and the 27 car.
pretty even. Dale, he isn't able to get by him on that inside lane. I think he has a little bit of struggle. Oh,
And
Dale's,
and both come out to
coming down
pit
pit road.
Whoa, look at the 27 car. He gained a lot of momentum. A lot of speed.
They're practically dead even, so we're basically going to see whoever's going to come off pit road here is basically going to be the one with the higher pit stop. Keep in mind that 27 car, he has that #1 pit stall.
As you see right there, far view entering one, the one car Pasternak has just left pit road. 75 laps remaining here in the Tazmanian Devil 200, and it looks like to be a good one, just to say the least. Let's see now, we're going to keep our camera view on the 8 and the 27 car because this will eventually most likely be the battle for the lead once pit cycle ends.
Yeah, it's key right here. You have the 8 car, he's out of his stall. We'll see here, can that 27... Oh, he's going to
and he gets out!
And by a decent margin.
The #1 pit stall pays dividend for the 27 car.
You see here, they may in fact be able to stay in front of this one car Pasternak. Pasternak, he apparently didn't get a good either drive on pit road or off pit road, and he pitted a lap or two before these guys, but he's stuck behind them.
I don't know. Pasternak, he's closed on the gap greatly, even though he's behind the 8 car and the 27 car, so technically he'd be 3rd on the racetrack once pit cycles ends. He's not that far behind. And oh, look at the 2 car! Whoa!
Oh, Lewis, is he going to get clobbered here?
The 2 car spins. I don't know if he made contact with the driver.
He hasn't pitted yet. He may have had trouble with his tires at least.
That was very strange there, what happened.
Kept it going, though. See here, looking again, we got a couple guys on pit road. I think that 85 car of Raw Gator, he's lagged out of the race.
Lagged out? Oh.
Yeah, because he's been on pit road now, I noticed, for about 15, 20 minutes or so. Like, just kind of peeking down once in a while. And, yeah, really unfortunate. He had a great car, fast car, and unfortunately, internet issues.
Yeah, tough break for that 85 car. Was hoping for a turnaround. 13th, I believe he came into this race in the point standing, so this is definitely not what he wanted to start his 2019 campaign. And meanwhile, look out up front, the 27 car. Now he's going to try maybe use the 77 car as a pick maybe. Drive-through now goes 1 lap down. I believe he goes 1 lap down. Or no, they just take the lead from him.
Yeah, he may have not come off pitted yet. Well, I think they may have unlapped himself right now because I think.
Oh yes.
Oh, 77 car.
Oh, more contact. Look at the 8 car. He just drove entering 3 and 4, hits the wall, then bounced off and hits the 27 car. So now Reynolds back ahead of him.
Yeah, trying to look here, like a little bit. So right now it's about 72 laps to go right now, and tell you what, some of these guys that stayed out for a while that last run, if they can make it to about lap 65, not lap 65, but about 65 laps to go, they could potentially make this on one more green flag pit stop. And everyone else who has pitted so far, they would still need to make possibly 2 more stops.
Right now, the 1 car doesn't seem to be closing, but the 8 car, ever so slightly, looks like he's been slowly just chopping that gap between him and the 27 car. Oh, look how much gain. Look how much speed the 8 car carried entering 3 and 4. Trying to keep the momentum off the corner to get a bit of that sniff of that draft off the back end of the 27 car.
They're going at it. Okay, I think we have some guys that are coming down pit road that have got to make their stops. 88 car of Joseph Lumberg, or not Joseph Lumberg, Jared Lumberg.
Thing is, we feel kind of bad though because there are other drivers to be looking at on this race, but I mean this battle has been too good.
Yeah, and we'll definitely get to them too once we're able to cycle everything out here. Once green flag pit stop cycle and we know who's running where for sure.
The 77 car of drive-through comes on the pit road.
Yeah, I believe he was the leader as far like the front running guy who had yet to pit. So he may be the last guy.
It looks like Reynolds has opened up that gap. A few laps ago, Joey Stone was right on his back bumper, and now he's got a bit of space between him and the race leader.
All right, so just a little side comment that I want to make here. So on my screen, right, I don't know if it says this about you, but on my screen it shows the 85 car of Rod Gator is on pit road, disconnected.
Right.
I'm looking at Rusty Walrus's stream, and he is currently running right in front of him in the 12th position. So this is very odd. It's not delayed or anything, but Gator, he is still running. Obviously, the game thinks he's on pit road or something. So that's a first here in the core. I don't think I've seen anything like him. So. Okay, we've got to watch this. Let's switch over to Rusty Walrus is on board right here. So we're looking out front. It looks like there's just that 12 car. Ramos, he gets loose, hits the inside wall. Now he's actually going to keep it going. But yeah, no one in front of him. But we look on Rusty Walrus's stream, and Gator is running right in front of Walrus.
Basically, there's a car between Walrus and the 12 car. There's a car between it, but you don't see it.
Usually this phrase is associated for unbelievable finishes, but Jet, have you ever?
No. No, I have never. Wow.
Okay, I think we can go back to the lead right now, as it looks like Dale Reynolds has presumed the lead.
Yeah,
over Sloppy Joe.
I don't think I've ever seen that. Not only in Core, but in NASCAR Heat 4, I don't think I've ever seen that. Wow. Hey, in the Core League, anything can happen. Even game glitching.
Yeah, well.
Wow.
Going back to back up front, though. We have our top three. They're pulling away. And
they're now under a blanket.
I think, yeah.
27, the 8, and the 1. Nose to tail.
Interesting to see what they do here as far as strategy going forward. You know, some of these guys, so they maybe try to be aggressive and save some strategy, or
all I know is that this is going to be a really good battle. Closing near the end of the race. We have, as we come across the start-finish line, we now have 62 laps to go here. And Joey Stone now side by side underneath, trying to pull a slide jump move on the 27 car. Ooh.
He's going to make it 3 wide.
Oh, in contact! The 27 car and the 8. That's going to allow the 1 car to get in the mix.
Able to hold everything 3 wide, going down to 3.
Oh.
He's going to get a little bit of a run.
But the 8 car takes the lead, not for long, maybe. 27 car's got to run back on him, pushes him a little bit.
I know this is great action right now, but you know what? I think this would be the perfect opportunity for right now.
I think I know what it is. A little voice crack there.
I think let's go hardcore a little bit, shall we?
Let's do that. Let's go hardcore here at Homestead. Contact! Wow.
Contact. He just got loose on their own. But dang, guys, these three. I mean, fortunately Ed's not up here, but so far these are the big three of the evening: Pasternak, Reynolds, and Stone. Oh my goodness.
How have these drivers not wrecked is beyond me.
Oh, I mean they're rubbing and banging a bit, but
yeah.
Oh my goodness, how many laps we got left of this thing here? We got switch across the line there, 58 to go. We're about 56, 57 laps to go.
Now the 27 car Reynolds all over the back. Boomer jumps to the high lane trying to get a run off the corner as the 8 car, maybe trying to pull another slide job. You know he's already out in front. As you see the 59 car on pit road. Pit stops are beginning to take place. Final pit stops, I believe.
I think it may be just a little bit soon for stops. I think that may be an unfortunate stop for Rusty. Maybe he's just trying to pull some freak strategy or something because he was kind of around the 12th place area.
All right. Apologize for the F's in the chat for ears because we yelled. Yelled and it hurt their ears. So we apologize about that, but this is some...
It's getting crazy.
Awesome racing with these three drivers. I don't know about y'all.
Tell you what, the Littell's down pit road too, so maybe some of these guys that are like around the 10th place area, they're trying to pull some...
Whoa, the 8 car got way loose off of 2. Here comes the 27 up top, side by side for the lead once again.
8 car's diving it down low again. Let's see if he can stay with this 27 coming off, but that allowed the 1 car to catch up a bit.
Whoa! 27 gets a nice run off the corner, but here comes the 1 car of Pasternak down to the inside of the 8 car of Joey Stone as you see the 25 car of Darren Gilliam on pit road, or just coming out of pit road.
Yeah, I think they're actually, this may be the beginning of the second to last pit stops right now for some of these guys. Looking at Michael Mruth's stream, he has about 5 laps of fuel left for him to make that 4. And about 13-14% left on his tires. So some of these guys are abusing their right fronts a bit. They're going to be coming down here soon, which means these leaders are going to be coming down once again.
And it looks like, by the way, the looks of it, how long could they run on the on a field run?
Well, some of these guys, it looks like that their tires are going to be giving out before their fuel. But I think some of that is, guys are maybe a little bit tighter and like just maybe not know how to use that right front. But I mean, it's not by much. So I think it's around like 30 laps when we said that the pit window was 29 to 33. Like about that 33 maybe being on the edge of guys trying to save it. But yeah, pretty good split here for this last run.
Well, regardless what takes place, I feel like this next pit stop is going to be the one that wins the race. I mean, we saw what... Oh, and in the wall!
Stone gets loose.
Way loose and hits the outside wall. He's going to lose a ton of momentum. Here comes the 1 car of Brian Pasternak to the inside. He's not clear.
27 car trying to drive away.
And but the 27 car gets loose, and the 1 car passes the 8 for second place.
So you go down pit road a little bit. Looks like 38 of Jake Bassinger. He's coming off pit road. No one else on pit road right now. So far, it looks like guys in the pit have been Walrus, Littell, and Mruth just hit pit road as well.
There's a 48 car. He just came off pit road. Let's see. We got a couple drivers ahead. I believe it's the 28 car ahead of the 27 as well as Ray Jacobs. But these drivers should be pinning in 2 or 3 laps or so.
Yeah, actually, Mruth, he's already come off pit road. Oh, he's going to use... So Mruth right now, he's a lap car, but he can't get stuck behind these leaders right now. He's trying to unlap himself.
Oh, whoa. Oh, looks like Brian Pasternak, that was kind of weird. He was way below on the apron for quite some time.
Contact between Mruth and
the one car pit road.
The second time that 1 car's done that, he signaled to come down pit road, but he signals that he's coming down pit road, and then he washes straight up the racetrack. So he's got to do a little bit job better job of signaling. That's what's costing him a bunch of positions. Just kind of little small, like, useless mistakes like that.
I believe the 48 car, he's trying to unlap himself, potentially maybe to gain some ground on the leaders, because right now this is his best opportunity. He's got fresh tires against teams or against drivers that have clearly worn their stuff
Dale's
out.
Coming down pit road. Yep, Dale and the 8 car.
Now is the 8 car going to try and close the gap? Whoa!
Oh, they're side by side. All right, so last time, that's about the same time as last time between these two. The 27 is right behind the 8.
Oh, this time
7, he was able to use that first pit stall.
Now let's see what takes place this time around. They are literally nose to tail. The 8 car will pit first, and then all the way down on the first pit road will be the 27 cars. You see the 06 car, Ray Jacobs, now pit, or leave pit road, I should say. Alright, we're going to keep our camera view on this one just to see if the 8 car can get out in front. There goes the 8 car.
Oh,
and there goes
car. Another great pit stop.
Great. Yeah, and this time the gap is much larger.
See, I don't even see the 1 car there. He is. He's coming off.
The 1 car, he's in the middle of 1 and 2, right all over the back bumper of the 77 car of drive-through, trying to get by him.
27 car shot way ahead. Oh!
Oh, and in the wall! Wow, he got
drive-through.
Yeah, he got way loose off of 2. He is the race leader, but he will have to make a pit stop.
Drive-through, I think drive-through has been one of the last guys to hit pit road here every run. So it should be interesting to see how long he decides to stay out or whatever he decides to do.
All right, so
we have 5 cars on track right now who have not pitted yet. Make that 6.
No, 5. So, Joey Sonas pitted. Actually, no, make that 4 because 5th place is Dale Reynolds.
I'm looking right now, and oh, okay, yeah, I'm looking on midstream. That Sloppy's in 8th.
Sloppy 6th.
Sloppy 6th. Yeah, I'm behind them.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, because Joseph, he just pitted.
Right. All right. So 3rd place is Ed Soundhead.
Ed Soundhead. He hits the apron a bit. Same mistake as last time, it looks like.
Oh, but he managed to get on pit road as well as the 28 car of Cody Hicken. So you can get our camera on the 8 and the 1. Okay, so from the camera view, from the chase view of the 1 car, he's got the 8 car right ahead of him. And then you've got to believe that's a 59 car Rusty Walrus. And ahead of him is the 27 car of Dale Reynolds. So Reynolds, he's got a lap car behind him that could be some trouble for Joey Stone and the 1 car Pasternak. We saw that with Michael Marutz earlier. He put up a bit of a fight between the two.
Yeah, but also those guys, they haven't pitted yet. So I think all these guys, they're on pretty fair tires. I mean, Rusty, he has a decent amount of speed, but not the speed that these top 3 have. So he's going to definitely be holding that 2nd and 3rd place up.
All right. So what do you think was going to happen? Let's say, what do you think is going to happen if we get a late race caution?
Well, there's 2 guys that are hoping for a caution right now. That is the 77 of drive-through and it looks like Jarrett Lundberg in the 88. Those are the last 2 who have yet to pit. They have been the 2 that have stayed out the longest here. Every run that we've had. So they're praying for a caution right now. But assuming they have to come down pit road soon, it looks like a 27 car. He's going to be inheriting the lead. And he's actually pulling away from that top 2.
Yes, and the reason why was because the 8 car just ran into the back end of the 59 car. I don't know what happened, what took place there. But yeah, he just ran into the back end of him.
Maybe telling the 59 of Walrus saying, hey, dude, you're a lap down. I got to go. That 27's driving away.
Oh, what happened was the 59 car got loose. I'm looking at Joey Stone's live stream. The 59 car got loose off of 2 and just stopped right in front of the 8 car. So that's the reason why the 27 car has gained so much ground away from the 8 and the 1.
Yeah, so once again, top 5 right now. We got Drive-Through, who's in first, but he has still have to make his pit stop, as well as Jarrett Lundberg. He's sitting in 2nd. And as far as all the guys who have made their pit stops, is Dale Reynolds. He will assume the lead, and then Sloppy Joe in fourth, and What If Racing Brian Pasternak in fifth.
Whoa, the 8 car chopped off the 1. 39 and a half laps remaining. The Tasmanian Devil 200 at Homestead-Miami Speedway. A fantastic race so far between the 1, the 8, and the 27 car. Now the 27, he has around a 2-second gap ahead of Joey Stone and Brian Pasternak.
Some to think. Oh, I was about to say something, but that 77 car hit pit road. I was curious if he was going to try to save some fuel. The 88 car hits pit road as well. These guys, they're at about 38 laps to go right now, I believe.
Yes.
And that is just about 5 laps outside the fuel window. I don't know if they can stretch it that far, but the 77 and the 88, look for them to try to pull out some sort of miracle strategy here. I think that's quite a bit. I don't know if it's attainable, but the valiant effort. Yep, 38 laps to go.
All right, so now as a driver, if we don't expect a caution, you're gonna have to save fuel. Now you're in a weird position because you want to get to the race leader, but you don't want to waste fuel while doing it.
Yeah, well, I think the only two that are trying to save fuel right here is the 77 of drive-through and the 88 of Lombard. They just pitted. Everyone else, they've kind of like came in about a couple laps earlier than their pit windows, just because they were going to need to make 4 or 5 pit stops regardless. But 77 to 88, I don't know. They may be they're going to be about 4 or 5 laps short, I think.
Here comes the 1 car to the inside of the 8 car of Joey Stone. This is for 2nd place. And one thing I should point out, even though these guys are racing, they have chopped off 7/10 in the past few laps. It was 2 seconds, now it's down to 1.3 to the leader, Dale Reynolds. So maybe in a few laps, we should see once again another three-way battle for the lead. You see the 2 Corvette sound, and he's 1 lap down, trying to get his lap back.
All right. So just because like everyone we got through a pit cycle right now before everyone starts pitting again, I think how about let's go through the field here real quick. So right now, leader being I'm trying to get to it fast. All right, yeah. So our leader right now, 27 car of Dale Reynolds. He got wrecked earlier in that first caution, but so far he's been the only guy who, once he's been the leader, been able to drive away from those other 2.
All right, 2nd place is, let's see if we can get to him, now it's the 1 car, Brian Pasternak. He has had a really good car, one of the big 3 so far in this race today. And right behind him, making his first start in the Core League, NASCAR Pro League driver Joey Stone in that 8 car, that familiar 8 car that we have seen him run the entire season in the Heat Pro League. Trying to go back to victory lane in his first start in 3rd place.
Right behind him, a few seconds back, about several seconds back, actually, we have the 77 of drive-through. He got around Joseph Lombard for the 5th position.
4th position.
Or for the 4th position, sorry. But I'm curious. I'm wondering if he's going to try to save any fuel here. The window is, like, at max, I believe, is about 33 laps. I mean, he had a decent amount. If he's not too far back from these leaders and he's still on the lead lap, I don't know. Could we see the rookies pull some aggressive strategy?
Meanwhile, in 5th place, Joseph Lombard in the 82 Napa car. The 2019 Sauna Entertainment Shootout winner. Trying to look for his first points-paying victory today. Currently in the 5th spot. Nice, solid run for him.
Behind them running in 6th, the other guy who's on the same strategy as drive-through, 88 of Jarrett Lundberg. So far, he's had a quiet day so far. We haven't really talked about him at all, but he's running solidly in the 6th position. He's just kind of all by himself. And then about a second and a half behind him, Michael Mrutz. He was a leader early in this race, but so far as the runners goes on, as the race has gone on, he hasn't been able to make those adjustments to keep up with the those guys like Reynolds and Sloppy and Brian Pasternak, but still, decent run.
I believe I'm trying to look and see who is in 8th place right now.
I believe we got Darian Gillum, and he's actually the last car on the lead lap right now. He's running in 8th. He's came into this race top 5 in points, and maybe wish he was doing a little bit better, but 8th place, that's not terrible.
And
the top half of the field.
And 9th place is it's Raw Gator, but we can't see him, so we can't really judge how he's doing.
I actually have it's.
And in the wall, spinning. Spins right over the race leaders.
Add sound heads around. Is that coming out of caution?
Collected the 2 car. Any caution? Caution is out.
Oh my goodness.
Unbelievable.
This changes everything.
Okay. Now these drivers for sure are going to be pitting most likely with 30 laps remaining here tonight.
So we had 7 cars on the lead lap. So when this caution came out, it was Dale Reynolds, What If, Sloppy Joe, Drive Through, Joseph Lombard, then Jarrett Lundberg in 6th, and Michael Roots in 7th. That was your guys in the top spot. And Raw Gator, he is going to be back on the lead lap, even though on the screen it says that he's on pit road.
Yeah, that'd be really funny.
He's
still on pit road.
I can't explain this one. Maybe is he still on? Oh my god! So
all right.
I have never seen this before.
Yeah. Anyways, regardless, green flag. 28 laps remaining, or 26 laps ago, I should say.
Yeah. So that being said, these guys are going to be able to make it to the end of this race without having to pit again.
Dale Reynolds out in front, but now this is entirely... the 48 car!
The 48.
Oh, as well as the 59 car.
Goes Joey just driving down here. Is he going to pull a slide job in front of Dale Reynolds? And he does.
The 8 car in front. Whoa, no!
Crossover
move by the 27 car. Look at the 82 car of Lombard.
Here comes Lombard.
He's also in the mix as well. Look at this. 8, 9, 10 cars under a blanket.
They are 2 by 2 by 2. 27's going to try that good run off the bottom. That is a strong car on that bottom that Dale Reynolds has. Not able to let that 8 car of Stone be able to get up on him.
You got 4 Chevys in the top 4.
And here comes Lombard.
Oh!
To the inside.
Look at that 82 car trying to make a move.
27 gets a little bit loose. 8 car is going to have to run off the line at the line. Stone by just about a foot.
That time by, we've got 24 laps remaining. But they're racing. It's the last lap. Look at the 82. 4 wide behind him in 5th place.
Oh, my goodness. This ain't going to work.
Whoa.
They're good. 4-car breakaway up front. As we talked about those 3 cars all race, but new car playing into the picture, Joseph Lombard. He's in 3rd, and he's going to try to make a run here.
Oh, and he made contact with the 1 car instead.
They are 2 by 2. This almost looks like tandem plate racing.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
You guys are so by side. Dale isn't able to clear the 8. The 8 isn't able to get a run to clear the 27. 27 is clear right now.
And in the wall, the 2 car. Here comes the 8 car. To the inside of the 27 car, Reynolds. Entering 3 and 4. They're side by side once again.
Yeah, if he isn't going to clear him, though, 27 car is going to get a good run off the corner. 8 car has the drafting help, though 27 doesn't really have any push.
Reynolds led that lap.
Oh, caution's out.
Oh, caution is out. Oh.
Something was going on back there with about 10th, 11th place, something like that.
I believe it was the 06 and the 59 car. This is going to help Rusty Walrus because he lost the draft. He lost everything.
He's actually on pit road right now.
Oh, it involved the 12 and the 06 car.
Well, it's the 2 guys that are in the back who've been in the back all race. Bring out the caution.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, so curious to see what happens here as far as pit stops.
Yeah. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what's going to take place. All right, so we've got... Whoa, Jared Lundberg.
Yeah, I think he is the only guy that did not pit
But
I think he would have needed a few guys to pull some strategy to also be out there. But drive through, he gained some spots as well.
19 laps remaining here at Homestead. We got a new driver up there in the 88 car. Look at the rookie, the 77, Davin Cornelius, or drive through. He's gonna have a run.
Gonna pick 3 wide.
Oh, 4 wide.
4 wide. Here we go. This ain't gonna work. Someone's got the lift, and here comes Roots giving a push to that 8 car.
What? Didn't he just spin out a few laps ago?
Oh, he was close to, but Roots up to second.
Meanwhile, in the wall, do you see there behind and way in the back of the field, Darren Gilliam smacked the outside wall, loses ground. Here comes a 48 car, Michael Maroots.
8 car's blocking.
Oh, in contact.
48 car, he's gonna drive it on that high side.
And here comes a 27 car to the inside. 3 wide off of 2. Wide.
Michael Maroots, he started third, and we haven't seen him most of the race here, except in the beginning part of the race towards the front, but he's trying to come back. Oh, get a huge shot at that 27.
Oh, and in the wall, the 88 car. 3 wide now. Maroots now on the bottom. Reynolds in the middle, and Joey Stone up top. This time by, we've got 17 laps to go here at Homestead.
Maroots, I think Maroots has made that adjustment, those adjustments on his car that he's been needing to make, and he's definitely got something for these top 3 right now.
But and spinning is the 28 car, Cody Hicken. Spins.
Maybe a single car spin. I think there was a white car back there.
Caution is out. Woo, for the 28 car of Cody Hicken spinning on the back straightaway. We have 17 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable. Huh.
Gotta start thinking here when these guys are gonna pit again. For those guys, I think definitely Jarrett Lundberg. I mean, we saw he stayed out. We saw him go straight to the back, and that was after a shorter run than what they did right here. And these guys up front, they were driving aggressively.
And it would be a very emotional win for the 48 car Michael Maroots if he's able to get the job done. Earlier today, he announced that his cat, his cat passed away earlier today. So race with a heavy heart, trying to get the job done for his cat. All right. What do you think is going to happen?
I don't know. Well, Maroots back in 4th, and green flag is in the air.
I believe we got 15 or 14 laps to go. Reynolds down low. Brian Pasternak now back in 2nd place. As Joey Stone, he is now back in 6th or 7th.
Dare I say we got a new player here in the mix?
Oh my God, the 59 car.
Walrus.
Unbelievable.
4th place. He was a lap down in the 13th position on that green flag run.
Unbelievable. We got new drivers in the mix.
Do a shot.
Oh, and in the wall, Dale Reynolds. Look at this, 5 wide. That's not going to work, and it won't. Maroots. And he slams into Joey Stone and spins. No, he spins. Jake Baskinger also involved. Caution out once again.
Whew. Where did that 59 come from?
Where did that 8 car? There were 5 wide. Unbelievable.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
They are using every inch of this racetrack.
That might not be a pass or a move, but I think that counts as a main event moment of the race.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. Wow.
So we got 12 laps to go. I don't think these guys are gonna pit because there was only about 2 or 3 laps that we ran.
Oh,
so
man.
Maybe some guys in the back, you may see Roots pit just because he ended up sliding those tires.
All right. We're about to find out. This time by, I believe we are 11 or 10 laps to go. Pasternak, Reynolds, are we going to get another caution, or are we going to race till the end?
Probably.
I mean, we thought last time they went 5 wide.
Yep, so in that second row, we got 2 guys trying to make it. Oh, Rusty with the crossover.
Rusty.
He did a crossover.
To the inside. Here comes Lombard. Oh, and drive-through slams to the right side of Rusty Wallace. They maintain straight. Man, look at the 25 car, Darian Gilliam.
25, he's coming back. Oh, Rusty sends in the corner. He's going to hit the wall.
Nah, he keeps it straight. Meanwhile, behind the 38 car does.
He gets stored by the 8.
Oh, contact.
8 car bouncing off the 59 and the 48.
Oh, look at this 4 wide.
Roots looking inside of Darian.
Look
and
at
here comes Lombard. Lombard going to give a shot to the race leader.
Unbelievable. The 82 car on the left corner panel.
Right.
Oh, and more contact. The 25 car gets loose, keeps it going.
Here comes some Roots.
Oh, 4 wide. Is that 5 wide? Oh, 4 wide. Now back to 3. Oh, and 82 car spins. 82 car spins right in front of Jake Baskinger. And with the 8 car.
8 car.
And the 28 car. Joey still spins and gets head on collision with the 38 car, Jake Baskinger. Unbelievable. Caution again with 8 laps to go. Wow.
Oh, my God.
I mean, you have to feel for the 8 car. He was one of the big 3, and now, I mean, he's going to be back at least in the 11th spot.
Yeah, unless I say if you are one of these guys in the top 5 right now, I don't think you can afford to pit.
No. Unbelievable racing.
By the way, is our ghost car appearing at all, or no? Because Raw Gator is in the 5th position.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. It's gonna be weird if the Raw Gator wins this thing because we can't see him. All right.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you see that space right there next to Jarrett Lombard that's supposed to be a 5th place car? That is Raw Gator.
Yeah.
He is not appearing on our screen right now, but here we go. Green flag in the air.
Green flag once again. The 27 and the 1 car leads and in turns 1 and 2 with the 82 car of Lombard behind him.
Interesting. See, I think Gator, he may be on the back of Lombard, but we can't see him, and it's frustrating.
Whoa. Look at Lombard.
Lombard going for the lead.
Way below the apron, entering 3 and 4 side by side. Lead on in the wall. Rusty Walrus. Keeps it going. He keeps it going.
Get a shot, and boy, I wish we could see him right now. Oh,
whoa.
There caution?
No caution.
Dale just got loose.
3 laps to go, entering 1. What a battle this is going to be, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the 48 car, Michael Maroots, to the middle.
He's going to give him...
got big crash behind him. Big crash. The 2 car and the 38 car. Ed Soundhead spins. The 38 car, Jake Baskinger, and the 28 car of Cody Hicken. Caution is out once again.
So I think this is going to set up a green-white checker.
Yeah, the caution came out with 3 to go. Oh, man. Oh, man.
And apparently something happened. I think something happened to our ghost car because he ain't in the top 10 right now.
Unfortunately, I have no idea what happened.
Yeah. So yeah.
And we should point out something right now. Look at your top 5. Joseph Lombard, Michael Maroots, and Dale Reynolds. He is 3rd, but Jared Lundberg in 5th place. Unbelievable. And Darren Gilliam as well. All right, here we go. NASCAR overtime. Lombard, Maroots, Reynolds, Gilliam, Lundberg, Sloppy Joe, green flag.
And you can see here how aggressive, how close does that 48 car get to the door?
Gonna try and side draft him.
That 82.
Here it comes. Look like the 8 car. He just muscled his way.
He just drove through him.
Oh, and it was way loose. The 1 car.
82 car running the Indy car line down the straightaway.
Look at the 22.
Give him a shot.
Look at the 22. Oh my goodness. 4 wide. That's not gonna work. Reynolds in the wall as well as Sloppy Joe. Oh, we got to spin the
12 car in the back.
The 12 car of Jonathan Ramos. Oh, and more contact.
Here comes drive-through. Here comes the rookie.
Meanwhile, you got a bit of an incident behind him.
Here comes drive-through. He's got Littell cleared.
By the way, that was the white flag presented by Black Lives Matter.
82's blocking. Does the 77 send him?
The 77 drives him hard. He pushes up the track. Here comes the 82 car. 77 on top. And he passes him. Drives into the lead. And drive through off of 4 will win. He's going to win it. Woo! As they wreck behind him, the 59. Unbelievable. The 77 wins his first ever Core League victory. Canadian rookie drive through.
What did we say pre-race? The guy who has the best chance getting his first career win, drive-through, he gets it.
Unbelievable. And that victory was fueled by Unloaded Cube 82. What an incredible race that was.
Woo!
Multiple drivers spun. The 59 car, Rusty Walrus, I believe the 22, or not the 22, I should say. I think the 8, as well as the 12, who just passed the start finish line. Unbelievable racing we just witnessed.
Look at our top 5.
I mean,
our top 5, they weren't up there all race. We had drive-through first, Littell second. I think it was Lombard finished third.
wow, I am in absolute shock right now. I mean, we talked about drive-through having the opportunity of winning, and he gets the job done. Incredible. Unbelievable race. I mean, that was a lot to digest.
Oh my goodness.
Holy cow. All right. What a race that was. Welcome back to the... Let's take a look at the top 10 right now. We've got Drive-Thru, who wins the race. Second place is Brendan Littell, career best. Third is Joseph Lombard. Fourth is Raw Gator, or Trey Normal, who we couldn't see, the ghost car. Fifth is Michael Maroots. Sixth is Jarrett Lundberg. Seventh is Darren Gilliam. Eighth, how about that? Ray Jacobs, Kamikaze Games. Not a factor in eighth. Ninth is Brian Pasternak. And 10th is Joey Stone. We're now watching his live stream. Joey Stone is, as he should be, in shock. Unbelievable race. What do you think about that, Cody?
Oh my goodness, what did we just watch?
Oh my god, I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it.
I'm telling you, man, I had never seen anything like to have the guys that we had control the race. Like it was the Dale Reynolds, the Sloppy Joe, and the What If Racing show all night. Then we had that caution that came out late in the race, and it was a caution breed caution scenario. But oh my gosh, that was just a no holds barred at the end.
Yeah.
And the 77.
Oh my!
That is how you do a bump and run on an intermediate track, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow!
That is how you do a bump and run.
I mean,
oh my goodness!
I'm in absolute shock right now. First of all, what an incredible racing that was. Those last 9 to 10 laps, we saw 4 wide. We even saw 5 wide at one point.
Oh, and that 77 car, he was in the 5 wide, man.
Yeah, exactly. I was not. We were looking through the camera angles, and I just all of a sudden I see the 77 car all over the back bumper of I forgot who came in. Who was leading at the time? Was it the 82 car? And
oh yeah, Lombard drive-through. I gotta look. He wasn't even. And I think he was drive-through. He was about 4th or 5th on that restart. And
yeah,
he drove his way through that field.
Workman, I got one question for you. Have you ever?
Oh my goodness!
Oh.
I have never in a esports race here on NASCAR meet. That was. Oh my goodness!
I'll be honest, I lost my voice there. I was like trying to keep up, but I was losing my voice because I was so like, excited.
Oh my gosh, the rookie gets it.
Oh man, when he gave him the bumper, I mean that was perfect. He didn't just drive it. He didn't wreck himself. He managed to not only move Lombard out of the way, but he managed to keep Littell behind him.
Oh yeah, you had Littell right there too. I'm sure Littell, he was waiting for a drive-through to wash up the racetrack and waiting for him to pull some sort of crossover move. And drive-through, I think we got to be serious here. He ain't just Rookie of the Year contender. Dare I say that we got him as a championship contender?
I mean,
wow.
He was at the right place at the right time. I mean, what a race. I mean, we also had new drivers in the play. We had Rusty Walrus. We had the 48 car, Michael Maroots. We even had the 22 car of Brendan Littell. I mean, 25, the 88 car. Drivers that you don't expect to be out in front. They were all right in the mix.
Oh, yeah, and might I add, a lot of those guys, they were trapped a lap down there at the end of that. Like, we only had about 6-7 cars on the lead lap that entire green flag run that we had. And so, yeah, a lot of those guys, they had the lucky pass, and they had the lucky dog, they had the free pass, and enough cautions. Keep adding more cautions that adds more guys to the play. But drive through, man, we didn't really talk about a whole lot of guys, throughout the field, just because of the amazing racing that we had up front between Reynolds, Sloppy, and What If. But as we were going through the field there, at the end of that race, drive through, he was sitting quietly there in the top 5. So he was definitely there all night. And I got to imagine he probably made those adjustments throughout the race. And wow, he was just right position at the right time. And that was not a rookie move that drive through made. That was
a veteran.
That was an NASCAR Heat veteran move on that last lap.
That was an veteran.
That just like from my experience, like from my years of race experience online, he did it perfectly. He gave him the running. He gave it to him in the right spot, right in the right rear. There's just enough to move him up the track, and he didn't overdo it enough to have the guys behind him get around him. Drive through, you've got to factor in championship contender.
Absolutely. After that race, I mean, I feel like you kind of have. Wow. I mean, I'm still in shock right now from that race. That was incredible from start to finish. I mean, as you said earlier, it was first the Dale Reynolds and Brian Pasternak show. Then it was the Dale Reynolds, Brian Pasternak, and Joey Stone show. Then it was Come One, Come All show.
we haven't had a ghost car in the mix.
Yeah, and we had a ghost car. I mean, literally everything happened in this broadcast. Wow, unbelievable. Thank you so much to the people that are joining. I know it was weird with the previous show, and it's different. It's on a Thursday night, but I mean, we're 3 races in. I don't know how you could top this one.
It's called You Go to a Road Course.
Oh yes, How about this?
You go to the home track. You don't just go to the home track. You go to the home nation of the previous winner.
I mean, what a perfect time to start your momentum. Drive through. We all know he's from Canada, going to his home racetrack of the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, the first road course of the Core League Season 2. And I mean, I cannot wait for next Thursday, to say the least. Anyways, final thoughts, Cody, if you haven't used it up already.
Well, any sort of tiredness or sleepiness I was feeling from finals week this week, tonight, that just cured it. I'm definitely alert. I'm awake. I'm focused. Wow, what a week for a core doubleheader, having 2 races in 1 week.
Yeah. I mean, Sunday at Richmond, while some viewed it as a lackluster event, to some of you guys in the chat, I think this race made it up for it. Unbelievable. Well, this is going to end the Core on MDK broadcast from the Homestead-Miami Speedway. Congratulations to Drive Through on an incredible race that was. This could be a race of the year. And yes, from all of us here on MDK, for Cody Workman, my name is Jared Carlos. So long from the Homestead-Miami Speedway. Congratulations to Drive Through. He is your winner at the 2019 Tazmanian Devil 200 from the Homestead-Miami Speedway. We'll see you guys in the next video.